So today we are at the Kenai Peninsula Visitor Center. We're gonna head inside and see what it has to offer. Right across the street from
We've been doing it.
the Alaskan tackle.
Hi.
There's a lot of fish going on around here. Let's check it out.
Now, fishing around these parks is a big deal. That guy right there, that's Les Anderson. He earned himself a spot on that wall, the Alaska Hall of Fame, at the airport by catching a 97-pound Chinook salmon in 1985 in the Kenai River here in Soldotna. We'll talk a little bit more about that Hall of Fame in a later video, but just know that salmon fishing generally around this area is a big deal. But first, let's check out this visitor center. Now, this visitor center has a lot of the animal wildlife that the area has to offer. Salmon, wolverines. Hey, there's Les Anderson again. Super popular, famous guy from the area. We really enjoyed this visitor center. If you go to Soldotna, would definitely suggest stopping in. Very helpful, very informative.
So we just got a ton of really good information from the visitor center. She was extremely helpful. We got to watch the bears feeding the salmon about 1,000 miles from here. Maybe not that far. It was definitely $1,000 per person to get over there. We're gonna forego that this trip, I do believe. But we're gonna go check out the fishermen over here.
So as we've established, Soldotna is for fishermen. Where we stayed at Bing Brown's, it was fishermen. The places that we visited for hiking, fishermen. All of the areas, stores, Hall of Fames, etc., fishermen. That doesn't mean you can't come here and not have a good time if you're not a fisherman, but it is going to make a difference. Now, our group doesn't have any fishermen in it, but we did learn a thing or two. We learned that Alaskans don't really care much for the pink salmon, which was what was running during this week. But you're fishing in Alaska, which is an adventure all by itself. So if you are a fisherman, come and enjoy.
There are all kinds of seagulls just looking for lunch. And they're finding it. Well, that concludes our trip to the Soldotna Visitor Center. We took a walk across the boardwalk down by the river, saw some fishermen, saw about the same amount of fish guts, flies. It's a very unique smell. I'm sure you've smelled it at least once in your life if you've ever gone fishing. It's strong here, as one might imagine. On to our next adventure. In the great town of Soldotna. Big bird to flying squirrel. We're thinking about hitting up with Fred Myers across the way there. What say you?
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
Roger. So we are traveling with the Trinello family. They go by the Wandering Eight. And we've been using these little guys to talk to each other. At some point early on in our travels, I was given the call handle of Big Bird. Jonathan goes by Flying Squirrel, and it's stuck, so we're just gonna keep going with that. I don't know if it'll change, but we'll see. We'll see if it sticks. I'm gonna focus on driving. bears out here. We're in the Alaskan bush. There have been bears reported here in the last couple of days, so we have our bear spray here. And we're going kids. And 8 other kids walking with us. So you know, we're loud enough. We probably should deter most bears, but we'll keep you posted as to what happens here on the trail.
As any parent or guardian will tell you, it's not really so much the bears during the hikes that you need to concern yourself with as the rolling attitudes of children. Much like mountain weather, it is unpredictable and it can take you off guard at any moment.
Are you having a good time out here on the trail? Hi, this is Cliff with Root Down TV. We're interviewing Polly Brown, also a Root Down. Polly, what do you think of the trail? Where are you going? Polly, where are you going?
Well, fortunately for us, Polly can't stay mad at her dad for too long. And there were plenty of distractions for all the kids with all the beautiful scenery and the rushing rivers. We were heading to Russian River Falls to see the salmon swim upstream. And man, I have to tell you, if you have never seen this before, outside of what you've seen on the television or on the old internet, I would highly recommend you check this out in person because it is something else.
Right there.
Are you videoing me to fall? You're so mean.
Well, today we are heading down to Homer, Alaska. We've stopped at a handful of pullouts to look at the view, and you can see Mount Redoubt, which is actually an active volcano in the background. It's pretty amazing looking from here. I don't know if video will ever be able to capture.
Hi.
Be able to capture what we're seeing in person. You may want to just come out here and check it out.
So for Homer, we know that it's primarily tourists, which we are. So we just drove around and checked it out. There was a lot to see and we enjoyed the views. We'll take you with us.
Down at the Spit in Homer, and the Spit has tons of restaurants, a lot of people walking around, They got some RV campgrounds. We were actually trying to stay down here, booking 6 months in advance or so. No luck. They were completely booked. And we can confirm there are no spots available down here still. Pretty busy.
Thanks for watching. This has been Soldotna, Cooper Landing, Kenai River, and Homer, Alaska. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Next time we'll be taking you to Seward, Alaska.